Hello and welcome back to the European Cybersecurity Challenge 2024 live in Turin. I'm here with our guest, Brad Wolfenden, Director of the US Cyber Games Program. Welcome, Brad.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
So, Brad, could you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Brad Wolfenden. I'm the director here with the US Cyber Games Program. Have a background, started in education and moved my way into cybersecurity. And alongside my boss, Jessica Gulick, started the US Cyber Games Program about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah. So, could you tell us something more about the US Cyber Games?
Absolutely. Here with the US Cyber Games Program, one of the things that we're quite passionate about is the fusion of cybersecurity competitions with athletics, traditional athletics, and esports competitions. And we found that not only is it a great way to reach new and different populations and bring folks into the world of cybersecurity, but also to start to land the conversations about what a day in the life of a cybersecurity professional looks like to folks that may not be as familiar with some of that talk.
Yeah. That's actually great. Like combining the esports concept, right, to cybersecurity. It really works.
Absolutely, and what we found is throughout a lot of our work and some of our research, there are many parallels between the world of athletics, the world of esports, and cybersecurity competitions, and you see it in the team-based approach and some of the skills in terms of the communication and the commitment and the time management and the problem solving. But then also, when you look at traditional athletics, whether it's a soccer pitch, a football pitch, or it's a basketball court or something along those lines, or even in esports games, many times there are roles of the athletes, of the players, and very similar in cybersecurity competitions, whether you're specializing in web or cryptography or the attack and defense, for example.
Yeah, that's super interesting. And by the way, Brad, like the United States were like hosted as well the ICC, International Cybersecurity Challenge. So could you tell us something about that experience?
Absolutely. So last summer, summer 2023, the United States had the pleasure of hosting the second ever international cybersecurity competition, following in the footsteps of ANISA and all of you here in Europe, hosting the first in Athens, Greece. We kind of took the baton and ran with it and hosted the competition in San Diego, California. It was a wonderful event. Actually, the folks running the competition here in Turin, Gaspari and his team, put forth the attack and defense platform and created that piece of the competition. And we welcomed teams from across the world. I believe something like 80 or so countries were represented across 7 teams in various regions.
Yeah, it was an amazing event. And are you enjoying here in Turin?
It's absolutely beautiful, and a little selfish plug, I got to extend my vacation on the front side and rented a car, drove up through the Dolomites and saw Lake Garda and Lake Como, and now I'm in Turin. It's absolutely beautiful. You guys are spoiling us with this beautiful venue and the delicious food.
Yeah, I can tell. Amazing. So, Brad, one last thing. There are so many young talents here, some of them even very young. So could you give them like a word of advice for their future, for their careers?
Yeah, I think just try it. Go have fun. One thing that I really appreciate about cybersecurity competitions and competitions like this one here is really there's an opportunity for folks with so many different backgrounds to find success and to have fun and network and meet people. When you start to talk about the various categories in a capture the flag or the approach to attack and defense, getting into the minds from a psychological perspective, from a sociology perspective, from a business perspective, from a law perspective, there's really a path into cybersecurity for folks with backgrounds in various disciplines. And so I think oftentimes individuals are a little bit intimidated to get into the world of cybersecurity because they think it's highly technical all the time, and it's if you don't know how to code or you can't reverse engineer something, then you may not be successful. And oftentimes that's just not the case. So get in there, give it a shot, and have some fun.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brad Wolfenden, Director of US Cyber Games Program.
Absolutely, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.